APSC is a grassroots organization in Oakland. We offer direct services to APIs, incarcerated, detained, and that are coming home from institutions. So we help them get back on their feet.
We follow formerly incarcerated and incarcerated leadership. Those closest to the problem are those closest to the solution. This is how we get more people home.
You know, it's hard when you're an immigrant coming over. There's a lot of Filipinos, right? But the support that I needed at that time wasn't there. I got into the path of young adults that are lost that led to incarceration. I was 25 and I sat in the holding cell of the largest prison in California for women. I had to ask myself, like, is this what my life has become?
So at APSC, we have 3 primary programs. So we have our reentry program, where we work with people coming home from jails, prisons, ICE, and who've been returned after being deported. We have our advocacy and organizing program at APSC, where we organize freedom campaigns and try to push policy that lends itself to decarceration. And then we have our Roots, our Inside program. So we have an ethnic studies, Asian American studies class inside of San Quentin that we run every Monday. And we have a correspondence program inside of women's facilities.
When I went to prison, I was at the lowest point, having trauma and hurt and feeling of betrayal and anger. It was just all there. 14 years, I told myself something has to change. Promised my mom, I'm going to come home to you guys and I hope that one day you'd be proud of me. And so today, that's what I'm making. Different for me, different for my family, different for my community. For me, it's very important that I uplift the voices of the women that are still not free, because I was once that woman held captive.
Freedom campaigns are the bread and butter of APSC's organizing work. And I think it speaks to our true belief that families should be reunited and no one should be deported. We've seen people return, and I think that's incredible work that comes out of a community like APSC.
When people come home from state prisons, from detention, in reentry, that's who we help get their paperwork, because we've lived it already. I had to wait for my ID for over a year. Had to go to 2, separate investigations from DMV just to get that ID, but it's possible. So that's where our lived experience helps the people coming home.
We at APSC really believe in decarceration. We want people to come home. If we understand that incarceration is a symptom or a product of inequality and violence, then we can say, like, people do deserve to come home. And the more people that believe it, and the more people in power that believe it, and the more that even everyday people believe it, that can create material change. I want to see healthy, thriving communities.
Being with APSC, I see what we do for the community, and there's that sense of joy and pride to be part of something special. And that's what APSC is to me.